places where the map ends and the unknown begins, where shadows whisper and the truth hides in plain sight. Welcome to Agents of the Unexplained, the broadcast for those who seek what others fear to find. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange. Whispers in the static, truth inside.
Hey, hello everybody. I got a couple things to talk about, and I tell you what, I had a great time this past weekend at Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Saw a bunch of old friends, got meet some new ones. It was just a great event the whole time, and which a lot of you know I needed it. So, with that being said, I got something to say here. Let me see if I can find it for you, and let me. Sound good, didn't I? Yes. But anyhow, no, seriously. We had some deep discussions. I got the copy of the reports for the Ohio Bigfoot flap, and I'm not done going over it. And I promised the gentleman I'm going to share it with him. Hi, BJ. Glad you're out here. I had done a lot of research on that, from other people, plus the time Sparky and I went there. And let me tell you, I wasn't totally impressed, but I was there. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Jack. Hey, Blake. But let me bring this other man in there. This gentleman is a good friend, and I mean a really good friend. He's a great researcher. We've researched together. I got a lot of trust in his insights and outsights on this and the paranormal. Here he is, Mr. Jim Sparks. Outsights on this and the paranormal. Hey, I can hear myself talking. Here, Mr. Jim Sparks.
Hey there, sir.
Hey, I can hear myself.
I can't hear you over the phone, so I got sort of my TV going too.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. We were doing everything fine earlier. Now I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? What's going on there, Sparky? Say something. Is my mic? Yeah, my mic's working.
I'm not sure what's going on, Bill. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you unless I turn my TV on, and then there's like a delay.
Hi, Ella.
I was listening to everything fine, and then it just sort of went out.
Back out and come back in. Turn your TV on. Back out and come back in.
All right.
Yeah, try that. It was working fine. I don't know what happened because we was talking a couple minutes in between. Kurt, how you doing? Ella, Hannah, I don't know if I said hi to you. Hi, Tom. Let me bring Jim back. Nope, he's gone altogether. There he is. All right, let me do this. All right, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a yes on both ends.
All right, there we go. I don't know what happened, Sparky.
Well, every time I try to talk to you on this thing, something always screws up.
That's true. It does. But here's the thing.
Just for you, Bill.
Just for you, Spark. Oh, geez. You always try to put that Mountain Dew in there and try to get me in trouble with it.
Hey, this is American Dew, not Mountain Dew. American Dew.
No, okay. A generic form of Mountain Dew.
Well, no, it's the Mountain Dew special bottle for Memorial Day.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Brad, glad you're out there. Now, my number one question, and you better be straight up and honest with me.
Uh-oh.
You tired yet?
Tired? Hell no.
Did you work today?
I did. I just didn't do the DoorDash today. I just did one job. That's why I'm not tired.
Oh, okay.
Usually I get up and I start my real job at 7 o'clock in the morning, work there for 8 hours, come home, and then do the DoorDash until 9, 10 o'clock at night.
I didn't catch your live this morning. If you did one, I kind of missed it.
I didn't do one because my coffee maker broke this morning, so I had no coffee. So I was just trying to stay awake and try and stay pleasant.
Well, in that case, no more simple questions. They're all going to be hard to make your brain work.
Well, hey, I didn't tell you. I ran into someone you know. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was wearing my Bigfoot hat here. And she is telling me, said, oh, I have someone I know that's into Bigfoot. I said, oh, yeah. I said, who's that? I know a couple of the people around here that are into Bigfoot. She said, oh, it was an old student of mine. I said, an old student of yours? She said, oh, yeah. His name was Bill Rigby. I think he does like a thing on Facebook about Bigfoot and that. I said, oh, yeah, I know Bill. He's a good friend of mine. I said, you got any dirt on Bill? Any good stories you could tell me about him?
Old student, those teachers are dead.
Oh, no. She's sitting there. She's going, well, he was kind of a quiet kid, never really got in trouble. But there was one thing that really happened that was really funny. I said, all right, well, you got to tell me. I got to have this so I can hold it over his head.
Okay, remember, I can mute you.
So I said, well, what class did you teach? She said, I was an English teacher. I said, all right.
I failed that class.
She said you did good in it. She goes, I asked the class, I said, I want someone to use the word definitely properly in a sentence.
Here we go.
So she went around and little Susie raised her hand and said, okay, teacher, I got it. And teacher goes, okay, Susie, what do you got? Said, well, the sky is definitely blue. And teacher goes, no, sorry. He said, sometimes it's blue, but sometimes it could be gray or white or cloudy. So that's not true either. So then little David raised his hand. Said, teacher, I know. Said, all right, go ahead, David. Says, the grass is definitely green. And teacher said, no, that's not true either. You can have blue grass. You can have brown grass. You can have dead grass. So that's not true either. Said, well, just then little Bill Rigby raised his hand and said, teacher, I got a question for you.
I'm going to mute you.
Well, hey, this is what you did. And the teacher goes, all right, Bill, what's your question? And she goes, Bill said, are farts lumpy? And she looked confused and said, no, Bill, farts aren't lumpy. And little Bill Rigby then goes, well, then I just definitely shit my pants.
I knew it. Sparky, I'm going to owe you 10. Hi, Crimson.
I thought you drinking
hey, Marley,
up there.
Ron, glad to see you guys out there. And Miss Spencer, you're out there too. Michael, good evening. Michael Goldsmith, good friend there. Now, give me your take on the Bigfoot flap of Ohio.
My take on that, and like you said earlier, you and I went out there one night for it. I think there were some legitimate sightings, and I think there's some that were just caught up in hysteria, and I'm not going to say hoaxed or faked. Just people were caught in hysteria, and it seemed like maybe somebody walking and just automatically assumed it was Bigfoot. But I would say because like you and I, we have researched this area for pretty much all of our lives.
Yep.
But they were heading from that area towards us. So I do believe that some of those sightings were legit.
Yes.
Especially ones in like Ravenna. Like the Ravenna Arsenal and West Branch and all that stuff out there. I mean,
110%. There's too many Class A sightings.
Yes.
over in that area. West Branch, Ravenna, the Arsenal.
Yep.
Too many Class A sightings. And we know that for a fact with the research you and me both have done on this.
Right.
So, with that being said, like I told you, I got the reports I caught from those guys when I was down at Saltport.
Right.
I got to finish reading it, and I'm going to share with you. And they even said that they didn't come right out and say, but they kind of agree with me. Not all of them were true.
Right.
They didn't call them hoax or fakes or whatever. Could have been misidentification, a shadow, whatever. But, and I threw this out too when I told these guys, I said, you guys are from Canton area. That's fine. But the people that live right in that area that are true researchers, why didn't they get one report? Not just any, but just one. They didn't get any. It all went to a podcaster. And I ain't saying he made the shit up. I won't say that. But I will. They just really, like who? I went Jack Warren, Ed Weiland, Lone and Jim Florence. I said they all live in that general area. Why didn't none of them get a damn report? Well, we don't know. Of course you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's just.
No, that's a good point, but it's like I said, I think there was maybe one or two, out of the six. What was it, 6 or 7?
Eight.
Yeah, I'd probably say 20 to 30% of them are probably legitimate, and then you probably get the other ones that, like I said, because of the fear of it, misidentifications, and just or 15 minutes of fame. Sort of like you remember what was his face out there in Chicago that. All of a sudden, he was the only one, but he kept getting all these pictures and seeing Mothman everywhere around Chicago.
Right.
But he was the only one. No one else did, but he did.
And I'm sorry, the podcaster was from Iowa.
Yeah.
If I'm having a Bigfoot sighting in this area, and I know of researchers in this area like yourself, Jamie and Jenny, even Jack Warren would come over here to do it. Yes, Jack, I'm building you up. Hi, Mark. But the thing is, I got a problem with that, all of them. Granted, the podcast is pretty well known. I'm a small fish in a big pond. He's really a medium-sized fish in the big pond. So, yeah, he'll get some reports, but not all of them from here. I don't care.
Well, you also got to look at the fact, too, that he broke the first story, probably the first 2 stories, and then, he's getting all the attention over social media about that. So then whenever anyone was looking up, Bigfoot sightings, Ohio, he was the first one popped up. So everyone's going to jump in on his bandwagon.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that probably had the sightings aren't Bigfoot people. They probably don't know, where to go, what to do for Bigfoot.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm going to argue the fact that this dude got so much publicity. His following, it jumped up by thousands.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And instead of trying to find out local researchers to that area, the Ohio Bigfoot Project are the first ones that contact and says, we're near that area. Let us research for you. I would say, that's great. Let me find others to do it.
Yeah, but you got to remember, and you've been in the field long enough, Bill, there's a lot of people that want all the fame and glory for themselves. They don't want to share the spotlight with anybody.
Don't I know it?
Mm-hmm.
Griff, you're here. We missed you, brother.
No,
Hey,
Griff,
Danny.
story about your English teacher.
Yeah, shut the hell up. Jeez. Oh, but anyhow, so Now, you're supposedly, how can I put this politely?
Uh-oh. Do I got a mute button over here for you?
No. That pain's gonna come. What are you trying different in your research?
Okay, the stuff that I've told you before or new stuff?
New stuff.
All right, so new stuff right now, what I have planned, and I've started scoping out the areas, but I've been keeping it hush hush from everyone, is I've got my 4 trail cameras set up with my what did they call them? The solar powered wind chimes. And I have this, I picked out the circle, and I'm going to set this up with the solar powered wind chimes in the middle of the circle with the game cams going all around it. Because I know that there's people saying, oh, Bigfoot can't see the night vision on it. Well, there is a passive beam that you have to step in to trigger the motion sensor, right? And that has to be on at all times in order for it to trigger. Right?
Right.
So what's to say it's not seeing that beam, that passive beam that's out there first, that beam that's out there, and then it triggers it, which turns on all the big lights to take the picture. And plus being in a circle, one of my things is if Bigfoot's trying to get something that's in the middle of this game camera, there's a delay. I've done a lot with my paranormal investigation of taking pictures in night vision with the still shot camera.
Right.
There is a long delay from when you hit snap to by the time it slowly opens that iris up, captures all the light coming into it, and then writes that information down onto the memory card for you to put on there. So if something's moving fast, we both know a lady that sat and said she clocked Bigfoot running at over 30 miles an hour through a parking lot, you know, coming from eating at a trash bin. It's just doing that, and he's only 5 feet away from that lens. How much time does that camera have in order to catch anything on the picture?
They don't.
Right. So that's why I'm going to do the circle, and I figure with the solar powered wind chimes, hopefully that light from them will confuse it, and it will think that the lights from the cameras are coming from it.
Okay. That's a good idea. Like Danny said, all right, Danny, you take care. He's on his way to bed. He must got to start real early tomorrow. He thinks that's a cool idea, and so do I. I like that idea. Only one problem is, and you're going to get mad at me for saying this because you're not going to agree with me.
Well, that's why we're friends. We could have a disagreement, still be friends.
You need to take me with you to set it up.
They'll see your ugly mug and they'll go running away. They won't come back.
Oh, hell no. That's why the one I saw was leaning in, getting a good look at me.
Yeah,
I think he was falling in love.
Yeah, he was looking at that and he's going, what is that smell? He goes, it smells like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, I'll have to get down there. I don't know how soon, but I'll come down and see you. And you show me those things down there in Washington County.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you like that idea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can I bring Sparky, Brad?
As long as we have Mountain Dew for everyone.
No.
Now, there was something.
Danny wants to go.
Huh?
Danny goes, can I go?
Sure. Bring them
More the merrier.
I'll buy more Mountain Dew for everyone.
Oh, shoot. But
now, there was something that I wanted to try, but it got screwed up on the Temu side of things. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Temu is selling, and they're still on there, even though it really irritates me, these panels that they're called magician's panels. You put them up, and then you step behind them, and you disappear. So I ordered a bunch of those panels to put up around where I'm going to sit and watch. But when it came out, it was a sticker about that big that said Bath and Body Works. And there was no magician's panels. But I figured, you put nose up. I mean, we all talk about, seeing things that shimmer in the woods anyways, like their cloak, like their predator. Figured, why not? We should cloak.
Well, Bob Walls, right after this happened to him, and Brad says, hell yeah, I can bring you. And Michael Goldsmith goes, he's heard of a similar effort that you did, but they only used 2 cameras. So
Okay.
it was no success.
Still, it's a good idea to start.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I got to agree with you.
Now, see,
Actually, I think 6 to 8 cameras would be best.
I don't have 6 to 8 cameras. on a
No,
floor.
I don't have the money to do that either.
Yeah.
But
Now, as you know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I could take ideas that other people come up with and make them my own. I got this idea a few years ago by watching this guy. I can't even remember his name, but he took one of the solar-powered Christmas trees and set it out in the woods and put his game camera on that to film what the animals would do with the Christmas tree. And I'm like, I wonder what I could do with that with Bigfoot. And that's where I came up with the solar-powered wind chimes. The wind chimes to get the noise to attract it, and then the light to hopefully confuse it.
all right, Griff just put up from the YouTube end, and Mike just said too, Mike Goldsmith, that Spark, there are reflective panels to hide behind for hunting turkey blinds. And Michael says about the same thing. There's a series of panels.
That might be something that I can get into. But like I said, I tried ordering those things on Temu, and like I said, I got stickers.
Yeah. Yeah, that you was not a happy camper on that one.
No, because remember, I was talking with you. I was planning on going out there with you. Me and you were setting them up.
Yep, very much so. And that got screwed up.
Oh yeah, thanks Temu.
Yeah, that's why I don't like ordering from Temu.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Nope. Check Cabela's. Yep.
That's the next stop. I'll have to do that after the show today.
Yeah. Yep. Go online. We can find them. But the thing is, too, with your setup, that should work. But I'm a firm believer that the camera's got to be set up higher and put in an angle. You've heard me say this how many times? This way, they're not right. Oh, with that, how did that grow on the tree so quick? Oh, let me check it out and rip it off. Get it up. Things like that.
Yeah.
And for some of the skeptics out there, I am going to say this. There is some really good pictures of Bigfoot. That's not somebody suited up.
Or AI.
Yeah, or AI. Now, with AI being so famous now and doing a lot of whatever, the thing is, a lot of the real researchers, Sparky knows why I said that. Because of one TV star.
Yeah. One so-called expert.
Dog toys that light up. I never saw a dog toy that light up.
Oh yeah, I didn't see them as solar powered though, but I seen them battery powered where when they're touched, they activate. Like dog toys, cat toys. Yeah.
Cat balls. I did. Don't say it's work.
I'm too sweet and innocent.
Yeah. Okay. But anyhow, but the thing is, I lost my train of thoughts with the cat balls.
Light up cat balls and dog balls that light up.
We definitely need to do a lot more different things, and you've been working toward that.
Yeah, for a long time, I've used the K2 meter going out there. I've used voice recorders going out there, not voice recorders to pick up like howls in the woods, but do the ghost hunting EVP sessions,
Right.
For those. And I forgot that I have one piece of ghost hunting equipment I haven't used for Bigfoot hunting yet. A Geiger counter.
Yeah. We need to get out with that.
Yeah, because I mean, if it is using a portal or if they are coming on a UFO, there's got to be some sort of trace, and the Geiger counter should be able to pick it up.
Yep. I agree. And now, a lot of you heard me say this, but I think they are flesh and blood. Do I know 100%? No. With the one I saw, I believe it was. But could it have gone through a portal? Yes. Could it say, beam me up, Scotty? No, Scotty's dead, but it might have got beamed up.
But it said, beam me up, Jordy.
Yeah. So, the thing is, we really don't know. So, using the Geiger counter can help say yes or no. Can they all jump through portals? I don't know. And can some? I don't know.
Now, I don't know if I've told you yet or not, but I also got a couple of pieces that they call spy detection. One of them detects infrared beams and laser lights.
Okay.
So you hold it up to your eye and you look around, and it'll pick up like any type of infrared beam or laser beam, like from a game camera or something, crossing you. So like you're going into an area and you look and there's like a laser grid down there, and it shows it to you. The other one works on detecting any type of audio frequency. So whether it's infrasound, whether it's regular sound, whether it's radio frequencies, anything like that, it picks it up, and it has a little antenna with 4 little lights on it that as you get closer to it, it beeps faster and the lights go faster.
Oh.
So it helps you figure out, like if there's something there, a portal, or a spaceship, or, some sort of cloaking device, or someone screwing with you and setting something up. It helps you find all that stuff.
Oh, we're going to have some fun this summer. Oh, I see that. He has a tracking dog for search and rescue, he's been using.
Yeah.
Brad Steinbrook.
That
That's
would be
cool,
awesome.
Brad. But that could be a problem too for the dog.
Well, remember, if you go with like the missing 411, how many times do you hear a story or read a story about that where the tracking dogs couldn't pick up any scent of the person that went missing?
Right. Exactly.
But I still believe that, a tracking dog, I think the best way to do it would be on horseback with tracking dogs out there running with you. So the horses would mask our scent and our noise, and the tracking dogs would do their job and help find them.
And I believe that could be really possibly true with masking the scent because of the P&G film. That could be. All right, Jack Warren wrote something long. I got to put my cheaters on.
I got to take mine off.
Jonathan Lackey used cameras, one facing target, the second concealed, focus on the backside off the first camera. So when it avoids the first, the idea was the second would capture it behind the camera.
Right. I like that.
Yeah. And that's where, Mike Hartman was putting a GoPro on it behind him, strapped to his backside in case something shoot across behind him after he walked through. And I agree with that too. That it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's something that I used to do with ghost hunting too.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, and I have that much respect for this guy, even though him and I just had a big disagreement online. Imagine that, social media disagreement. And he had, his friends stick up for him, but he's using 360 game cameras.
Okay.
which I understand is a good idea, but he said that there's no way that anything could get past one of those without that camera catching it. And I put up the information showing that there's over a 1 second delay from when it's triggered to when it actually snaps a picture. You got something going 30, 40 mile an hour and going past you. It could be past there and you'd be lucky to get a blur.
Exactly. And Bill Nighthawk writes, technology is great when it works.
I agree.
William, welcome back, brother. How many times have we had technology fail on us out there?
We had it failed just trying to get this thing going today.
Yeah, right here. And then you're out in the woods and it failing. So, but we got to keep trying.
Oh yeah, you're not going to find it by sitting at home reading books. If you want to find it, you got to be outside. You got to be in its domain, and get lucky.
Now you tell me. Jeez. I just got a few more books added to my collection this weekend too.
Yeah, I just picked up a new one too. It's called Supernatural Iroquois Indians.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that at?
That was at the where was it? That was the
Don't tell me the bench shop.
Not the Metroplex Psychic Fair, the one up in Erie on Peach Street the following weekend. They only had one book, the one book on that. But yeah, they were, other than that, all they had was stones and crystals. So I wasn't really impressed with it. But like I said, I managed to find that one book, which made it worthwhile.
Yes. I'd like to get a copy of that one.
Well, when I'm done reading it, I'll let you have it. Let you take a read at it.
Definitely.
But you have to read it while you're drinking Mountain Dew.
I can't do that. Well, yes, yous are. William Nighthawk goes, we are all supernatural indigenous.
Yeah. Indigenous people, yes, very supernatural.
Yes. And who do we rely on a lot of information? Not the TV stars.
You mean they're not 100% right and know everything?
No. They might know some stuff, but I don't count on them. Now, how am I going to... The segue from this one to what I'm going to is, how much of it do you think is supernatural with the Bigfoot?
Do you want me to talk about from my personal experiences?
Yes.
My personal experiences, I found one trackway that just ended, and I assumed that it went off the trail where I couldn't track it, even though I checked and I couldn't find any footprints. Everything else I've seen or heard or found has been normal, like earth, flesh, and blood.
Yep.
But again, I have never caught a Bigfoot. Science hasn't caught one and done all the testing and everything on it yet. So as of now, that's why I have all the gear to look for each aspect, whether it's physical flesh and blood or whether it is a woo or paranormal type creature. I'm not ruling anything out. I want to check it all out to see.
And that's where you and me agree, because we really don't know.
Right.
There ain't a single... The first person says they're an expert. I want to say, show me your proof to make you an expert.
Yeah.
You and me been out there enough, and we're far from experts.
No, I'm no expert. I mean, I've been doing like ghost hunting. I started that back in the 80s and did that up to like the mid 2000s. I'm not an expert in ghost hunting. Bigfooting for me started in 2012. And UFOs started after that. I'm still, every day I do any of this stuff, I'm still learning.
And yeah, they can teach an old dog new tricks. Take a look at Sparky.
Ah, trying to get me back for that.
Yes, I am.
Your teacher's story about you.
Uh-huh. You know we love you, brother, but I still
It
love
was
you.
mutual. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't tease you.
Yeah, don't I know it? But and I do rely on you a lot. Whoa, Griff, you're totally wrong. Griff says he's an advanced novice in BS. Bill is the expert. No, I'm still learning. Sparky hasn't taught me everything he knows on that yet.
No, you're the master. I'm still learning from you, master.
TJ, I hope you're feeling better. Message me. Let me know what's going on with your brother. Well, once I get my book released, you'll see what kind of expert I'm not. I got to get back working on that. With the life's event, I just put it to the side and said, the hell with it. But I got to get back on it. Jack Warren kind of lit a fire under my butt because he showed up at the OBC there that he wanted to get a book from me. So I got to get that done.
Well, there's two of them because I want one too.
Well, there's more than that. There's several of them.
Yeah, but Jack and I get first copies.
Yep. Yep. Here we go. Can you read that?
I can't read it. Hold on. Let me see.
Science doesn't tell us everything. They have and know they have more than you really think. And they have had Bigfoot and many more things.
I actually believe that wholeheartedly.
Oh, so do I. And, eyewitness reports. Mount St. Helen. The National Guard's bringing bodies out. Hey, Gary. Good evening, my brother. Well, Stacy's about right, Griff. She's about right. You're a semi-expert at BSing. Oh, but no, with all honesty, what about the bones of the giants that suddenly disappeared at the Smithsonian?
Well, we live in an area where they were found.
Yes.
Right up by Lake Erie, there's some found there. There's multiple ones found right across the line in Ohio.
Yep.
Not to mention out there in Laughlin, Nevada, all over the place. And as soon as they find these, they all disappear. Yep. I wonder why.
Me too. Me too. Yes. And Dave Tapper. What's up, Tap? Glad you're out there, brother. Miss seeing you around here. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. But the thing is, we know they have stuff. Can we prove it? No. Even though we do know. We're not.
Well, let's put it this way. If we ever got to the point where we could 100% prove it, we'd be the next ones on missing 411. They'd be looking for us.
Yes. True. And I'm not denying that they got a Bigfoot, because I do believe 99.9% positive they do. Mud, how you doing, hon? Muddy Wads is here. But Griff, the weekend was awesome. It really was. But be able to go and say, show us, they'll just throw us out of there. So,
all right. Well, here, let's get everyone's take on this. What was it? The 50s or 60s? There was a Russian scientist that was trying to cross gorillas and humans, and he was injecting human sperm into female gorillas, and had no success. Then he did it reverse. He injected human females with gorilla sperm, and it worked, and they had multiple births. And right after that was announced, him and all of his research disappeared, including the babies that were born this way. So whatever happened to these science tests, basically?
Now that's a conspiracy issue there.
Right, but wouldn't that be basically like a Bigfoot, a gorilla with a gorilla strength with a human's mind?
Very good possibility. Very good possibility.
But that's an actual, that's not even a conspiracy theory about the scientists and the crossing of the gorillas and the humans. You can actually look that up. That's well documented. But like I said, it gets to the point where they gave birth, and then the scientists, all the research and everything disappears. No warning.
He was Russian, right?
Yes. They were trying to make the super soldier, during the Cold War. They were trying to make the super soldier. By the looks of it, looks like they did. But whatever happened to the scientists and all this research and the babies that were, born from this crossbreeding?
Yeah, but they might be more intelligent than straight up humans that can't be controlled.
Exactly. But then, like I said, there's no, did they kill the scientists and the babies and all everything involved? Did they burn it? Did they just move to a more secure location? There's no answer. There's no nothing.
Well, back during the Cold War, that scientist probably did.
But the scientist is gone too.
Yep. All the German scientists that disappeared during the 30s and 40s, only to wind up in the southwest of America. In other words, the South American countries.
Oh, don't forget, we employed a lot of them in the United States. That Werner von Braun, our leading rocket expert that got us to the moon, he was one of the German scientists that we snuck out of Nazi Germany.
Yeah. That's the thing. Now, some of that knowledge is crazy because there's no way how advanced it came so quick, too, just from these scientists. I know better. Hi, Tina. Hey, Nessa. But the thing is, that had to come from somewhere, but it didn't come from these scientists. It was given to the scientists to work.
That very well could be. That very well could be. Why haven't we gone? Why hasn't our technology in rockets changed in the last 50, 70 years like all the rest of our technology has?
Yep. Now, you're going to get me in trouble with this one.
Uh-oh.
Me and this certain person had a discussion last night. We both agreed on this. Did we really land on the moon in 1968?
Let me put it this way. I don't know 100% for sure, but my heart and soul says I hope we did. I really hope we did, but I wasn't there, so I can't tell you for sure.
Now, this last time around the moon, thanks to this great rocket that took them up there and took them around, where was the flag on all those pictures?
They actually showed the landing site of one of the Apollo missions in one of the pictures. Well, supposedly one of the Apollo landing sites in one of the pictures. I can't remember which Apollo site it was but they showed, the stuff that they leave behind after one of them, supposedly.
Where is the rover? And where in the hell did they store it? Because you got the capsule where they all rode in. You got the engine and the thrusters right behind them. where was the rover?
Like I said, Bill, I want to believe that it's true.
Okay.
Whether it is or not, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know. But like I said, I want to believe it's true.
I got a lot of that stuff. I think it was staged, a lot of it. I believe we went to space. They might have circled the moon. Did they land on it? I don't think so.
Okay, well, speaking of the moon, and let's see maybe if someone out there has a good answer for it. There are ancient, indigenous people stories, especially from South America, of a sky without the moon, and then the moon was towed into orbit one night and has been there since. I'm serious. There, you can look it up down there. I can't remember if it was the Aztecs or the Mayans or somewhere around that range, but they have ancient stories that the moon was not always there in the sky. That one
I think
day
that's the Mayans.
It could be.
That's
But
what I was trying to think.
Now, so I mean, does that mean that the moon is an artificial satellite? Is it really a base for extra intelligence? I mean, think about it. If something built the moon and moved it over there, that's so much more advanced than we are even now.
Exactly. Now, I got my serious doubts. Back in '68, I was 9 years old. I was all excited, and I believed everything I watched on TV. When Mom let us watch TV. The thing is, I have a hard time believing it now. As I got older and the research and everything, I got a hard time with it.
I said,
and
maybe
to that special person I had this discussion with, I agree with you. That was, yeah. The moon is an orbiting station manned by Greys, Bigfoot and Dogman to monitor the crazy humans. Okay, Griff.
It's possible.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
I didn't do nothing.
I heard the moon is made of metal. Jack Warren. Missy, I miss my mom too. My niece is out there. But the thing is, man, are we covering all the bases tonight? The moon rocks. The supposed moon rocks. I don't know.
Well, you do know that the actual supposed moon rocks, NASA lost and had stolen, and they can't find them.
Yeah. I heard that. And so, hey, wait a minute. I definitely got to say this. My little Nuggets watcher with my niece. And she probably said, Uncle Bill. That one day I went to church and they were up in the one room with the glass doors up the kitchen area of the church. And I went walking up and she saw me. She goes running to the door going, Uncle Bill, bam, right into it. Backed her off a little bit. And she's running for the door some more to get it open to get out there with me. Oh my goodness. Johnny, my man Johnny Tucker, Mr. Meddock himself. How's North Carolina treating you, brother? He says, look at them two handsome devils. Good evening, Wild Bill and Jim.
Does he need his eyes checked?
I'm thinking you might need glasses there, Johnny. Yeah. I know I ain't that good looking. That's why
I thought you were the good looking one of the two of us.
I grew the beard to cover the ugliness. Yeah.
You and ZZ Top.
I can't grow a beard like them. I wish I could.
Remember when the Eliminator was first out?
Yes.
Well, they were the first time, big guy, with these big beards and everything. Remember back then, Gillette Razors was doing those big shaving commercials, and they offered those guys $10 million each to shave their beards on a commercial. They said, nope, we got too much ugly under here.
Yep. Yeah. Shame. What's his face passed away last year.
Oh yeah. What was it? Dusty?
Yeah. Yep.
Not Reverend Willie G, but Dusty.
No, Reverend Willie's still around.
Yeah. And he's still playing the guitar like crazy.
Yes, he is. But anyhow, we got, where is it at? I saw something he put up. The moon is manned by grace. What about the greens?
The reptilians are under us, not up on the moon. They're in underground bases underneath us.
My buddy Gary Overfield just wrote, I watched the men walk on the moon. But who filmed them?
Just like you're using right now, a tripod.
On the moon.
Well, yeah, they're going to take a camera up. They're going to take tripods with them. Remember, we had different rover, moon landers and rovers, that went up there.
But where were they on the ship?
I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I have no idea. How much does your little tripod take up on your camera you got there?
I'm more wondering, where did they keep the rover on the ship? Prove this to me. Maybe
the rover was already there and they landed by where the rover was already there.
How the hell did it get there?
They sent it up there. Just like we sent to one.
They crash landed?
Okay, so you've been checking the photos from the Mars lander? We're getting live photos and everything from the Mars lander, but we've never landed on Mars, but we sent rovers up there.
I need proof. Tripods don't move, Gary said. And actually, the camera did move.
Well, you got to remember that if the camera's on a rover, it's going to move.
Yeah, but if they're parked stationary and watching the men walk, the camera's turning. How's it turning?
Simple. I have a tripod that does that. I gave you for Christmas one of those things to put your camera tripod on that'll track you and follow you around your room.
Oh, Jack got another good one in. All I can honestly say, this journey we all are on is one heck of an eye-opening experience in stories.
That it is.
100%. Do I believe we got greens and grays out there? Yes, I do. Do I believe they're among us? I kind of do. I can't say 100% sure because I haven't seen them. I might have and didn't know. But I kind of do believe they're among us.
It only makes sense.
Yeah. That's where a lot of the intelligence factors come in with these scientists. They got to be showing them something, because if they can travel in space to come here and be among us.
What's saying they're traveling through space? What if they're at the bottom of the oceans and in the bottom of volcanoes?
Yeah.
I mean, it could explain the Bermuda Triangle, the Alaskan Triangle, Mount Shasta.
Well, now a lot of your man-made lakes supposedly got a lot of UFO reported sightings there.
Moraine State Park.
Kinzu.
Well, Moraine State Park has a, what is it, the rumor, and I worked with Fred on this one, where there's a underground base, military base, that they don't know who mans it at Moraine State Park.
Yeah, Fred was telling me about that. I wish he was here so he can jump in on that one.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. I
right now,
definitely miss him.
Right now, he's up there. He's looking down on us, telling us how dumb we are because we ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I can imagine what he's saying too.
Because he's up there sitting at that round table. He's got all the answers now.
Yep. Gary asked, has anyone ever seen the space shuttle ever re-entered the orbit? No.
I have not seen it re-enter. I've seen it launch, but I've never seen it re-enter.
And we didn't really see it as it broke through the atmosphere either.
Like I said, I watched it go up as far as I could see it with my bare eyes, but that's the only thing I've seen with the space shuttle. I've seen the International Space Station, fly overhead.
Brad Stainbrook said Fred has a picture. It must be at his daughter's. There was a UFO at Brad's wedding.
Wow.
That's interesting, Brad. I got to talk to Leah anyhow. She sent me a message, and I got to get back to her. That's the thing. I don't want to see a lot of his work disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Leah's working with Sarah and Chuck Knight on that. What to keep, what not to keep. But still, some things might get lost. And that's going to be a shame because that man had so much. And I still got the paranormal Bigfoot thing that he gave me to use for a presentation. And I'll never get rid of it. I don't care how tattered it get or whatever. I'll never get rid of it. That means the world to me.
Oh, yeah.
But anyhow, now, when's your birthday?
March 10th.
You were supposed to show up here.
What?
You were supposed to show up here.
For what?
Because I had a present for you.
Oh, well, I guess I have to wait till Christmas.
Nope.
Yeah, not Christmas, not my birthday, so.
You're number one.
Yeah, usually most people say that though, but they're using their middle finger when they say it.
That's what I did.
I couldn't see it from this side. All right.
But no, seriously, I got something here for you.
All right, well, one of these days when we get ready to go out to the woods or whatever, or just go out and grab something to eat, we'll do it then. Yeah, because I was planning on taking you out there when I set up those game cameras and that solar wind chimes.
Oh, I want to be there. I really do. We need the go to Truck World and get Tommy to go with us.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going. I don't know if he can hike it.
No, Truck World. Go out to eat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant like grab Tommy and take him out in the woods with us.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, he likes that little diner up there, that Truck World. I
Yeah.
do too. They got some good food.
Yep.
And they got lot lizards too.
I don't need none of them. No, thank you. But yeah, I was going to see if he wanted to go today, but he had several appointments. But no, I definitely going to get him out too.
Oh, yeah.
Get out. Yeah.
Does he drive now, or how's he getting around?
He's driving.
Okay.
He's driving. Yeah. He had that surgery on his hip and that. And
Yeah, that's not
he's
no
walking
fun.
around. He lost weight.
Oh, I know. I seen him the one day. You can see he's lost a lot of weight, but
Yes.
yeah, hip surgery still aren't any fun.
No. Not at all. And I'm really impressed with how he's getting around. There's a good man right there.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Uh,
Wait a minute. We need to write that down on a calendar somewhere. I agreed with you.
That's not no. Gary says that restaurant does have good food. He ate there a few times. Who you BSing? You went on straight back to that little hot dog shop in there. Don't lie, Gary. You and your hot dogs.
that place isn't as good as it used to be.
No. Oh, changed owners 3 times now that I know of.
Yeah. Well, maybe what we got to do, Bill, is we need to talk to the owners up there at that little diner, and let's do one of your shows live from there with everyone sitting at the diner.
You're talking the Globe or the diner?
The Globe.
Yeah. They should have internet connection there.
They do, and they have a room in the back too that you can rent out. I mean, if we got people that are local enough that can make a drive out there, we can do, one of your shows right there with everyone there and have it sort of like a live roundtable.
That sounds like a plan.
See, I'm coming up with more work for you.
Of course. You got to set it up, though.
You know one who knows everybody. I'm just the tag along guy.
Liar. Yeah, I think that'll be an ideal thing to do. Get everyone to come out that can come out.
Yeah, we'd have to set it up for, a ways, probably a month or 2 or more down the road, give people time to plan on coming out.
Yeah. What do you think, Curtis? Curtis likes the great roasted chicken from there.
Well, there we go. And then after we're done doing the show and everyone's done stuff in their face, we can take them out to our area and see if we can find a little Bigfoot or UFO activity.
Yeah. Do a little bit of Skywatch or both.
Yeah, or we can go to one area and we can have some paranormal ghostly demon activity to go along with it.
Yep. I know where you're talking too.
Uh-huh.
Roasted chicken. I never ordered hot dogs at that restaurant, Gary, so I don't know. Whenever I wanted hot dogs, I went to that little thing straight back.
Well, the Globe, if you order like hot dogs or chili dogs, they just go over to the little hot dog shop and have them made and then brought over.
Yeah.
So they could be sitting there at the Globe with us and then order those chili dogs and they'll just bring them over.
That's true. Curtis's family lives in Wolfdale. Shorty's, that's it. Now, since you came up with that idea, now you got my mind working the other way around. Great. Yeah, we got to figure something out to do that. I don't know how many of you are up for it that is in the Youngstown, Sharon, PA vicinity, not right in it, but
Yeah, you could be
vicinity.
Cleveland, Cleveland, Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
Akron.
We can do that. Or if you just decide to take a travel, you can come visit.
Right, bring your tent. We'll show you some good places to camp out where you might have some activity.
Yep, very much so. Got a couple good areas out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, tell them your worst experience you've had cryptid-wise.
Worse as in how?
You know how.
All right, so this is a long story, and we're already been over an hour.
Go for it.
All right, so 2000, I think it was 12 or 13. It was the very first year that they'd been running the show, Finding Bigfoot. And back then, everyone was into that show. It was the most popular thing around. Well, Jamie and Jenny King and two other friends, Todd and Monique, tried to talk me into going to this place called Hocking Hills Farm down by Hocking Hills to go camp and go hiking for the weekend. Well, at this time, I was, 360 pounds, and my idea of hiking and having fun was jumping on a Harley, driving to a bar, drinking, eating wings, and smoking cigarettes. And occasionally I would go ghost hunting. So I was real hesitant, didn't want to go. So finally they talked me into going by saying that the cabin that we're going to be staying in is haunted. The last time they were there, when they were sitting out at the fire, they saw, something walking around inside the cabin. So I'm like, all right, I'll go. I told them I can't promise I'm going to be doing all the hiking and everything with you guys, but I'll go and I'll bring some ghost hunting gear so we can ghost hunt the cabin. So we get there on a Friday, and we're kind of early, and we decide we're going to take a walk up because this cabin, for those who've never been there, is just a 2-story house with a fully furnished basement with a 7-person hot tub that's in the middle of a 200-acre tree farm that butts up to the mountains. So we decided, since it's early, for us, and it's too late to go to the park, but it was too early to just sit around.
Right.
So we decided we're going to go hiking up to the mountains and see. So we get through there, and it's like we get up there and we find there's an old power line road where they just put in high tension power lines. And we walked down that road for a while, and we come to an area. It was beautiful to see because it was like a valley. We were looking over a valley to another mountain, and it was just beautiful. And Jamie found what he said was a Bigfoot footprint. And I'm looking at it, and it's like, it could be a bear. I mean, there wasn't enough detail to say one way or another. So it's like, okay, it was cool and that. So we went back, and Friday night, we sat around the fire, had some adult beverages, went to bed around 2-3 o'clock in the morning, got up the next morning and went to Hocking Hills to go hiking. Well, we got to this one area, I think it's like Old Man's Cave or something like that. And there was people everywhere. I mean, because it was a beautiful day out there. I mean, it's like 80 degrees, not too humid, but there are hundreds of people hiking all over the place. So, Jamie King, being Mr. Shy, goes, whoop. And everybody within earshot started whooping. We're talking whoop, whoop, whoop. Everywhere you heard, there was whoops everywhere. I mean, it was hysterical. I mean, there was adults, little kids. There was everyone doing whoops everywhere. So we finally leave there, and we go out to one of these restaurants and have a dinner and a beverage. And we get back to the cabin. It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And Todd and I just started the fire. We got the fire started. We got the chairs out. We just cracked open an adult beverage. And we're sitting there, and Jamie goes, let's go up in the woods and look for Bigfoot. Now, okay, we've been hiking all day. At this time, I haven't had a Bigfoot experience. Todd and Monique haven't had a Bigfoot experience. Jamie and Jenny said that they've had their Bigfoot experience. And I'm like, I'm old, I'm fat. The last thing I want to do right now is hike. I just want to sit here and drink a beer or two. Well, you know Jamie, and anyone's on the call on the video here knows Jamie knows. He is like a little pit bull.
Yep.
When he gets something in his mind, he just does not let it go. So he just keeps going. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So finally, it's a little bit after midnight. We finally just to shut him up. We'll go. Now, let's see. What did we have? I had the only communication device. I had my Toshiba flip cell phone, which didn't get any service up there because, cell service wasn't like it is now. Jamie had his iPod for taking pictures and doing voice recording. I had one of them little, 4-inch knife blades, you pop open. That was the only weapon we had. And I think we had like 2 or 3 bottles of water. That was it. So there we are, the 5 of us hiking up this mountain, going through the woods, hiking up this mountain, very unprepared, very chaotic, disorganized. And when we broke through the trail and got up there to the power line road, Bill, it was the most amazing sight any of you would ever see in your life. Instantly, every branch, every leaf, it didn't matter if it was on the ground, on the tree, on the weeds, it didn't matter, was covered with lightning bugs. And they were all twinkling. It was like the whole forest was set up for Christmas. Everything was lit up, twinkling. It was incredible. And so we watched it for a while. I tried taking pictures with my Toshiba flip phone. With the no flash on, it didn't work. With the flash on, it didn't work. So I was like, oh, shit. Oh, well, I gave it a shot. So we finally sit there. And now, like I said, we're kind of tired. So we look at Jamie and said, all right, go ahead and do your whoops and do your tree knocks. So he does his whoops. He does tree knocks. We're there for 15, 20 minutes doing it. Nothing happens. So we're like, all right, let's go back to the fire. And Jamie's like, no. Come on. Let's just go a little farther. Let's just go a little farther. I'm like, fine. At this point, I'm just, you get to that point, you're so tired, you just don't care anymore.
Yep.
So we start walking down this road further, and we get to a section where off to our right is a swamp. And then basically 2 feet off of the road to the left is a 20 to 30 foot cliff. I mean, so you're staying on the road because otherwise you're in deep shit.
Yep.
So we look at, Todd and I look at Jamie and say, all right, do your tree knock. So almost instantly, right back. Todd and I look at Jamie and said, that doesn't prove shit. Said that could be an acorn that fell, it could be a branch that fell, it could be a deer walked through, hit it, could be a squirrel. That don't mean anything. That's just coincidence. So we said, do 2 knocks this time. So he goes, almost instantly, comes right back. Now I'm getting interested because now the whole coincidence thing is getting like super astronomical. There's no way. So we go, Jamie, do one of your whoops. So he goes, whoop. And almost instantly, whoop, comes right back. And now I'm sitting there, and I'm catching mosquitoes in my mouth because my mouth's hanging wide open. And I'm looking into this swamp, and behind the swamp is the full moon. So it's real hard to really see a lot of detail. But I keep seeing this thing. There's this tree, and I keep seeing, looks like something peeking out from the tree. And then we hear some sloshing, and then you see another tree, and you see the tree, and then you see it this way now in another tree. So now, while this is all going on, everyone always says their Bigfoot encounter only lasts maybe 5 seconds. No, we're talking for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Everyone is making Bigfoot calls and tree knocks, and we're getting answers back, and we're hearing, they're getting louder. And, they're all doing it, and I'm watching the swamp because I can tell whatever's out there is moving closer to us because it's getting louder. So the Monique, who has a beautiful voice, she is a great singer. I don't know if you've ever heard her sing in her band. Her Christmas one is First Snow, and she's a Heart tribute band. And so she's got this really great voice. So she comes over to us and she goes, I'm going to do that gorilla growl like you always see on the movies and TV shows. I'm going to go, hur, hur. And we're like, she's getting ready to tell her not to do that. And all of a sudden we hear a whoop from down below the cliff. And they're like, oh, it got past us, it's going to be all over now. It's gone. And I'm like, no. I said, we're on a road. It didn't come out of the swamp, onto the road, and down that cliff without us either seeing it or at least hearing something. There is no way that happened. And just then we get a whoop out of the swamp. So now the 5 of us are on this road, and we're getting whoops and tree knocks from the swamp, and they're getting answered by whoops and tree knocks down the cliff. And they're both getting louder because they're both getting closer. And it's like watching a tennis match. We're like, what?
Yeah.
What? And it's like, holy shit. So now it finally paused for a little bit, and Monique goes, I'm going to do it now. And she does it. Everything stops. We're talking, there's no insects, there's no nothing, there's no more whoops or tree knocks, there's nothing. And then all of a sudden we start hearing crack, 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 crack. And I look, and coming from the swamp is a tree flying at me, roots first, through the air, and landed, and it hit in the swamp so close to me. I felt the air concussion hit me in the chest, almost knocked me over. And I'm like, holy crap.
Now, remember, folks, he's 300 and some pounds.
Yeah, I'm like, this thing's going to make a run for it. I'm going to see what it is. You know, and I'm scared and I'm all excited at the same time. I'm like, I'm brave because I got 4 friends with me, so we're good. And just then I hear, F this, I'm out of here. And I look, my 4 friends are running up that hill, up that road, leaving me standing there by myself. I'm like, no way. Nope, you ain't leaving the old, bald, fat man behind. I ran so fast, I caught them. We got up there to that spot where we seen the all the lightning bugs. And I'm pulling out the knife, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, this little 4-inch blade is going to really do a lot. You know, it's like, we decide, okay, and Jenny's like, oh, everyone watch your step. Don't anyone trip and fall. Everyone watch your step. And we decide, okay, we're going to go back to the fire now. And I'm telling you, the whole way back, we kept hearing branches break off to our right and off to our left and like paralleling us the whole way back to the fire. So we get back to the fire and we're all trying to open up a drink and have a drink. And we got like 2 or 3 sips out of it. And we're still hearing branches break and everything all around us. And we're like, yeah, it's time to go to bed. Well, those 4 SOBs were up on the 2nd floor of the house in bedrooms with locking doors. I was down in the basement and I had a sliding glass door in front of me facing the woods we just ran out of. I didn't get much sleep that night. It was, yeah. We went out the next day. We found some great big 19-inch footprints. We found the tree. We couldn't move the tree. Yeah, it was something. We've gone back there. I've gone back there probably 2 or 3 times. I know Jamie's gone back there more than that. And never even found another footprint or anything else out there. But yeah, that night was just like, oh, yeah.
Got you fired up to research it.
Yeah, got me off of Ghost and into Bigfoot. Yep. And what's really funny is the other 2, Todd and Monique, they're done. They don't go in the woods anymore.
Yeah. And I can understand that. You know, with my sighting, I almost didn't go back in the woods. It scared me so bad. And I don't get scared. Yeah. It scared me.
Yeah. Well, like, you know how I am. I'm like you. I don't get scared easy. I was standing there when there's 5 of us, but it was just me. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, bravery that went out the window. Whatever threw that tree at me, I don't want to face.
Well, that's like that night you and me were out Shenango.
Yeah.
Something was paralleling us on the other side of that little swamp.
Yep.
So.
And I still say it was whatever it ran across the trail. Like I said, it was so high. And the only thing I seen was like a head. And I couldn't tell if it was a bird flying with the head because it was so high or what. Yeah. There was something that actually ran across that trail.
Right. And then we did find a footprint on the way it ran. And just one footprint. And I know it wasn't there because you and me just walked that before we went down the trail.
Right.
Checking out the bigger pond and that.
Exactly.
So that was interesting night. Especially when I got that gut feeling like, no, that underbrush is really high. Something don't feel right. Something is trailing us.
Yep. Like I told you right then, when you're out in the woods like we were then, your gut saying that, you listen to your gut.
Yep. And I turned and looked at you and I says, you getting a funny feeling in your gut? Yeah, a little bit. I said, well, I got one. All right, let's go. Yep. The exact words you said. Okay, let's go.
Always listen to that gut. It's always right.
And you and me both preached that for years. You know, and it's like, all right, is my gut lying to me and he's not feeling something or he's feeling something too? But, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you're going to come to this section with me to put up the game cameras, be prepared. That's where I've had a 40-pound rock thrown at me. I had a tree knock that was like, it had to be within 10 feet of me and I couldn't see it. Yeah, there's definitely something there that's used to me being there and it lets me know when I'm there.
Well, that's like that one research area I went in. I always announce myself. Well, I didn't announce myself because I had so much on my mind. And we're
But
right
what do you
near
know?
the clearing on the left and woods on the right, and almost to the wood line that was ahead of us. And I heard that loudest tree knock I ever heard. It sounded like it was right here.
Yep.
So, well, Gary, good night. Carla, good night. If you're still
night, all.
out there, you guys have a good night. Yeah, so always trust your gut,
Mhm.
no matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's Bigfoot hunting or just everyday life or whatever. Your gut tells you one thing, listen to it.
Yep. And believe me, it got me out of a lot of jams. And not just in the woods. But anyhow, it's 21 after 8.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting ready to turn into a pumpkin.
Yes, you are. You look like a great pumpkin.
Oh, come on, man. This is Scooby Doo. You can't go wrong with Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Scooby Doo, where are you?
Hey, what do you think got me all primed up to be into all the paranormal encrypted stuff?
Yeah.
Watching Scooby Doo as a kid.
You're telling your age, old man.
Just remember, I'm not as old as you. I did the
Hey,
math when you're sitting there talking about 1968, the moon landing, and your age, and I figured you're what 67, 68 years old already.
67, and I turned 67 in January, and I am not afraid to admit it.
Yeah, well, you should be 68 now because you just had a second birthday in April. I don't know how you're pulling that off where you get a birthday in January and another one in April.
No, April 1st is not my birthday.
No. It came across Facebook and everything.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait a minute. I didn't know it was happening. BJ, she got a hold of me and says, I thought your birthday was in January. It is. Well, on your other account, I went, uh-oh. So I went and I think I changed it. I hope I changed it.
Well, like I said, so you're 68 now. You had 2 birthdays in 2026.
Ain't happening. I'm aging slower right now, please.
Just like a fine cheese, huh?
Almost.
Well, you're definitely getting smellier with age, right?
Yeah, those forks do stink. But anyhow, but thank you, brother, for joining me tonight.
Thank you. I like coming hanging out on your show. Usually just sitting in the stands and doing things. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. Yeah, you like throwing your comments in, but then you throw some great questions too.
Yeah, we got to keep you on your toes.
Oh yeah, that you do. I'm surprised Ryan ain't out here right now. My favorite troll.
I'm surprised Danny's been so quiet tonight.
Danny went to bed.
Oh, that's right. That's why he was so quiet.
Yeah, he said good night to all of us. I said that. You didn't pay attention.
When do I ever pay attention to you?
That's true. I can't argue that one. But no, seriously, thank you again, brother. I
You're welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And I always enjoy having you around. You know that.
Oh, yeah. We got to get
Either
out in
on
the woods.
here or in person.
Yeah, we got to get out in the woods, buddy.
Yeah, yes, we do. We really do. Quit working 2 jobs so much.
Well, I'm thinking until gas gets a little bit lower, I'm probably going to cut back on a DoorDash.
Yes, good. But anyhow, thank you, everybody.
Thank
I'm
you
glad
all.
you were here. We enjoyed you guys bringing us into your home or wherever you're at. We enjoy it. Stay safe. Don't get in trouble. I do not bail people out no more. And Sparky, hang in tight.
This has been the Agents of the Unexplained Paranormal Podcast. Please like, follow, and share on all social media. And remember, the truth is out there.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange.